Hi guys and girls, Clay from Australian Survivalism. Out and about today in beautiful South East Queensland. It is an absolutely glorious day, so I'm going to go for a hike into this beautiful South East Queensland rainforest. And I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm just going to go exploring and I'll show you guys anything that's significant, that's really cool to look at. So please, come with me. Let's go have a look. Love that sound. Anyway, hey, look, here's something that's pretty cool. This is called a cordyline. Now, this plant here, you can break the center of the stem out and peel back these leaves down at the base, and you can eat the white pulp. It's really starchy, full of carbohydrates. So remember that one when you're out in the bush or out in the rainforest in southeast Queensland or northern New South Wales. Cordyline. Oh look, here's another one. Beautiful. Let's keep going. Here's something to be wary of. This is a giant stinging tree. Now, I mean, I know it just by looking at it, but if you ever see a leaf like this down on the ground, nice and fluffy and lots of little furry hairs all over it, please don't touch it. And especially don't use it to wipe your butt. You'll never forget that experience. But that is a gimpy, or a giant stinging tree. And yeah, they're all through here. So be careful. All right, let's keep going. So one of the super important things that you need to have squared away in your mind when you're hiking out in places like this is situational awareness. Now, something like this, if you aren't looking where you're going, that is easily an ankle breaker or a leg breaker. You fall down into that hole and you haven't got some sort of communications, because there's no mobile service where I am right now. But something like that, that can ruin your whole day. So situational awareness, square it away. All right, let's keep going. So, been hiking for a little while. I've just been following this little gully, but I'm going to follow that down a bit further and see if I can find some water down there. I've got water in my backpack, but it's just it's a favourite pastime of mine. Finding some water, finding some food out in places where a lot of people up here have perished in this part of the world. Only a few kilometers up the road. But anyway, I'm going to keep hiking and we'll see what we can find. Here we go. Success. It's not much, but it's water. So if you were out in a place like this and you had a still water bottle like I've got in my backpack, you should never go on a trip like this without the right survival equipment. So still water bottles a must, a lighter or a ferro rod, something to be able to light a fire. Still water bottle so that you can boil this water is an absolute must. I suppose I'd better show you what I found, hey? So there we go. It's not much, but if you were hiking for a long time and you were lost and you found that puddle and you drank it without boiling it, you're going to be in a world of hurt. So always carry the right equipment. I'd also just like to say that most people, they perish of exposure, either from the extreme cold at night time or the crazy humidity and the heat throughout the day. So the correct clothing is absolutely imperative, and like I said, the correct survival equipment, at least something to make some fire, something to boil water in, the real basics. And your clothes are your first layer of protection against the elements. So that's your first layer of shelter, if you like. But anyway, let's keep moving. Let's keep exploring. Come on, come with me. Even better. Beautiful. Okay. Let's keep moving. Oh, now this is a treat. Let's have a look at this. This guy is called wood ear fungus. Now, you can kind of tell why it's named a wood ear fungus, because it grows on wood and it kind of looks like an ear. But this stuff, I want to grab that actually, and I'm going to show you. This stuff, give it a bit of a wash, fry it with some butter, and it tastes like meat. Kind of like, it's got a bacony kind of flavor. So if you ever come across this, I'm gonna grab some of this, because there's heaps of it. But wood ear fungus, that is a fantastic treat. The beauty of this place is absolutely extraordinary. And if you know what to look for, there's always something to eat. Some more little fungi over there. Fungi. Ha! I'm a fungi. But wood ear fungus. I don't mess around with fungi too much. I mean, I don't mess around with fungi at all, but fungi, all jokes aside, I don't mess around with anything other than this. I know it's easily identified. I don't go for field mushrooms or anything like that. But wood ear fungus, absolutely easily identified and fantastic to eat. You can eat it raw as well, but it's much better cooked. All right, I'm gonna have a look at these little fungi over here. All right. The biodiversity out here is just off the charts. I'm absolutely certain that there are species in here that have never been identified or documented. It's all a journey of discovery, right? So beautiful. All right, let's keep moving. And even better still. Wow, I could have a swim in that. I mean, I'm hot, but I'm not that hot. I mean, temperature-wise. All right. I might go that way. I just had to show you this beautiful big fig tree. Look at that. Nature. It never ceases to amaze me. The natural beauty. Getting out in amongst it. Experienced hikers like myself, I am not afraid of going hiking by myself in remote places like this. I mean, look, I have got a radio, so if anything were to happen, should be able to make contact with the outside world, but there is absolutely nothing like being out in a beautiful place like this by yourself and just sit still and listen and look. Appreciate what nature has to offer, the beauty that nature has to offer. Extraordinary. Beautiful. Oh, here's some turkey tail fungus. Let's have a look at that. Beautiful. Now this is beautiful. So I've been hiking for about an hour. and I've come to the escarpment that I knew was here. But just over there, is about a 500 metre drop, or about half a K up in the sky in this part of the mountain. But just there, over there, is a 500 metre drop. But this view is absolutely spectacular. I'm going to hike a little bit further along the ridge this way to see if I can find a better view with not so many trees. Come with me, let's go have a look. Let's go. Oh, now this is a treat. See this little guy? That's a finger lime. That is a finger lime, and they grow naturally out here, obviously, because we're in the rainforest and there's a finger lime. But this is where they're from. Unfortunately, a couple of months ago we had a really bad dry spell. I mean, a lot of the plants were losing their leaves to save their lives because they couldn't photosynthesize anymore because the earth was that dry. But so unfortunately, this little guy hasn't got any fruit on him, but I'm going to keep looking. There might be one or two out here somewhere that have got a finger lime on them. I'm hoping that'd be great. But anyway, let's keep hiking and see if we can find this view, the better view. Okay. Well, I found a better spot. I don't think the camera really does it justice. That is magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. But while I'm here, I found an edible. This is called blue cockspur. Now, hold on, I'll turn the camera around. Down in here, if I were to rip that plant out, and I'm not gonna rip the plant out, I'll describe it to you. You rip the plant out by the roots, or expose the roots, and on there are these little potato-like tubers, full of carbohydrates, starches. But that is one of Australia's best that I've ever come across, like potato starchy kind of tubers. So blue cockspur, don't forget that one. Okay, so here's something else that I'd like to show you if you're out in the bush and you need some protein. Keep an eye out for this. Okay, so you can see all of the sawdust that's being ejected from this old tree, right? Oh, there's some more woody fungus. So in this tree, this old fallen rotten branch, I should say, there's evidence of a borer, some sort of grub. Now, if I went cracking through that old branch with my knife and broke it all apart. I am bound to find a big old borer grub, which is full of protein. But I'm not that hungry today because I've got food in the backpack that tastes much better. But just so that you know, sawdust like this, and look, it's happening to this tree over here as well. See all of the holes? There's holes all through it, but that tree's a little bit too big for me to break apart. But this one, you can see the holes all through it. He's in there somewhere. But anyway, oh, more woody fungus. I certainly wouldn't be going hungry. Oh, and here's a good example of some really fresh stuff that's only just started to grow. Feels kind of rubbery. There we go. Okay, let's go. Well, the sun just went behind a cloud, and looking up, it looks like it's starting to get a little bit overcast, and I don't want to be out here when it's raining. So I'm going to head back. Play from Australian Survivalism. Hope you enjoyed yourself. I know I have. Peace.